Can you still hear me and everything?
Yeah, you could be louder though.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more spice on the Kev piece.
Listen. The FCC can't fuck with me, so let me be me.
Right.
Just can't you see?
How do I sound now? Am I still quiet?
It's pretty quiet. Like it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah,
this.
that
Let's
sounds
give you a
good.
little bit of. Ooh,
What is that?
Yeah.
it's like compression.
Oh. Okay. Better.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's
wait,
cool.
your Focusrite has it too. It's like called Air, but it gives it like a vintage like
yeah.
tube
Mine doesn't have
compression.
that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you knew that. You just wanted to rub
the
it.
air. It adds the air adds compression. I
So
thought it
it's-
was like a above 15K like boost type thing.
No, I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure it's a boost as well as it like it compresses. I don't know though.
I don't care. Who cares?
I'm not
All right.
100%.
Y'all ready to hit the record button in your
Yeah.
DAWs?
Yeah, but what's the topic? Fuck.
There is no topic. We got Austin,
Yeah,
bro. We don't
remember
do
you said
topics.
you don't do topics when there's guests.
Ah!
Whoa.
Yeah, last time there was no topic. And like this time, there's no topic. We'll talk some shit. We'll talk some.
Listen, all I know is that I look.
Just
on the
don't bring
count
up
of
any
three-
beef, bro. Like that, I might be triggered by because we just won't post a podcast.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right,
So
let's go.
I'll bring up how 9/11 was a hoax.
I've talked about that a lot this week.
That I don't even care. Who fucking
Okay.
cares?
Okay. On the count of
Hold on,
go.
I'm clipping in my DAW. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Why am I clipping? Hello. Hold on. Let me
If
try this.
borderline doesn't matter.
Check. Hello.
Best video ever. That's just the purest humor in the world.
What?
The
That-
girl that gets the water bottle poured in her face while she's sleeping. She's like, "Hello."
Hello.
It's so like calm.
Wait, you said it doesn't matter if I'm not clipping. I don't think.
Look, you know.
It sounded like your volume came down though. Did you turn?
I killed it a
Ozzy
little bit.
Osbourne. Has.
Yeah, no. Put that shit back. I don't
Back
give a
up.
fuck about your doll.
All right, is that better?
All right,
Yeah, I
guys
think
ready?
you were closer to the mic though.
Was I like over here?
Not quite.
Is that a
the
line
ultimate shit
6?
talk position. You're in the game. You're like, yo, motherfucker, you got bad skin. You got fucking pus fall out of your fucking face, bitch. Get the fuck out of my game.
Is that a line 6, Mike?
No, this is Marantz Professional. You go on Amazon, you buy one of them bitches for $20 with the stand and everything.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
make it,
Oz, bro, you're quiet.
No, what?
yeah, a
I'm
little
not
bit.
quiet. I turned myself back up.
Now
Did I
want-
not?
Now I want the air. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't change nothing.
All right, it's who cares? Let's go.
Nah, who cares? As long as you can hear me. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, on the count of go. So when we say 1, 2, 3, and then we say go, that's when you start your doll and go.
All right,
All right.
3.
Hold on.
Oh, I got a gift from Zoom. Running out of time. We removed the. Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, that's
Wait.
lit. Love it. I'm hitting love it. F in the chat. Let's go. W's in the chat.
All right, we ready now?
Yeah.
Everybody's metronome is turned off.
Yes. My pre-count's turned off as well.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to 4 Dudes and like 4 Dolls.
4
I
dudes,
just wanna-
1 waffle.
I just want to take a moment to talk about how, for anyone who's been listening from the rip, I think it was literally the first episode where we slandered Austin's cat because he texted me. He was like,
I never slandered Frank ever in my whole life. I love Frank.
"Nah, you talk shit." You
No.
talk shit."
I said I like Doug more, but I've never said that I didn't like Frank.
Everyone's got shit to say.
So anyway,
The haters. The haters.
for anyone
Frank,
who's
don't
been
attack me.
listening, for anyone who's been listening from the start, that we did a whole segment on how our buddy Austin's cat fucked me up. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see Frank. Now, is that Doug? That's Doug right
Yeah,
there.
Doug's here.
Frank,
Frank
but
will
up
come
by the window, that's Frank. Frank literally
Sure, bud.
fucking wrecked me.
He'll come
Does he
by.
So-
have a play date?
He likes to
with
say
Kai?
hey. He'll come by. They think no. Doug would love a play date with Kai. I don't know if Frank's already about to take the towel off my window.
Would Doug be upset if Kai swatted at him?
No, Doug loves to tussle. They love to tussle. They tumbleweeds across the room.
Do you
like,
remember when
constantly.
we put on there's a Snapchat, it's legendary. Someone put on this metalcore track at the old crib, and right as the breakdown hit, the cats went ape shit on each other.
I need to know who has that because I know exactly.
I
what
have
you're
it.
talking-
I took
You
the
have it?
video. Yeah, bro.
Oh
It's
shit!
the most legendary video of all time.
Speaking of Snapchats, real quick, Austin, you still owe me the one from that show where I was talking about
Yes,
the
he
alternate.
does.
Oh lord!
I
will
love how
find that.
Jarrett. Hold on. We all missed this. Jarrett was like, somebody took a video, and then Austin says something, and he's like, I took the video. He was trying to play it off like somebody else did it, and then got excited because he did it.
Oh, no way. I didn't even realize I did that, but yeah, I totally took
Yeah,
that.
once we were all
Snapchat.
talking about how awesome of a video that must have been. He's like, oh wait, actually, now that I think about it, I think I took that video.
Look at right now. This is perfect to start the pod. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
Creatures in their natural being. It's kind of dark. Here we
Oh
go.
shit.
Here we
Oh,
go.
yo, they're scrapping, bro.
Well, Frank, I think Frank loses usually.
Yeah, Frank just gives up. Yeah,
They're
gonna go at
scrapping.
it for a while. Anyway,
Anyway, all right,
Yes.
Oss. Let's talk about it. And whatever, you have the floor, man.
talk
Like,
about it. Well, do we want to start with how I've been taking up like 35% of your schedule for the last 2 months, or
yeah, we could talk about it. I like that.
Well, Jarrett's a busy man. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it, dude. This motherfucker is here, there, and everywhere. But he's been gracious enough to lend me some weekends. I'm trying to think when we recorded the first stuff.
After the last war, man. 19.
It was a minute ago.
I think, I want to say it was 220.
220. Show up. Little Penguin Audio.
I was
studio,
doing math
3
right
months
there,
ago.
guys. I was like, wait, what? Like, how long ago? I thought you meant like 2020, but now I know that you meant
Nah, like February
220.
20th.
220. Yeah, so been recording a record of some old tunes. Stuff that there are songs that date back to 2014 or 2013, living at my parents' house in Tabernacle, like writing stuff in the basement. There are riffs and choruses from all that era, and all the way to stuff that we finally hashed out like 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it's been fun. I haven't done music record like real serious tracking in quite a bit, so it's been a blast. I've been taking up a lot of Jerry's time with it. He's been patient. Not only have I been taking up his time, but maybe he can describe better how I put him in the woodshed, locked the door, and swallowed the key on drum day because there was no way I was going to record to a metronome. I'm against metronomes. I hate them. There is no point. I can't do it. So
I 100% actually. I don't ever use a metronome anymore.
No, we
I
are not
abandoned-
slandering the click on my.
No, the
Yeah,
click is
podcast,
great.
bro.
The click is great, but like you gotta understand, the music I make is like bassless. Off, like it doesn't. There's like the main guy I listen to. All of his fucking hi hats are off beat. All of them. Not one is on beat, but like that one hat that brings it all to being on beat. You're like, oh, this is sick. But when you hear him like playing it, it's like the click could be like da da da, but he's playing a hi hat like like all over the fucking place, and like you know. I mean, that's kind of how it sounds. It's weird,
but yeah, fucking Jarrett
fuck how
Yeah,
fuck
slamming 6 tunes. Pretty much never played them in full. Some parts probably, I'd imagine, that you didn't have any time to, because I just sent him demos that week, and he kind of had the general gist of what's going on. But
Yeah, I'm not going to cap here. I obviously listened to the demos, but I was like, I'm on my grind with so many different things. So like, yeah, I listened to them, but I didn't sit down because Austin sent me demos and programmed the drums. And so I knew what he was going for. But aside from the one tune that we met up and kind of worked out together, it was more or less like the first time it was definitely the first time I ever played 5 of the 6 tunes on drums, and more or less like the first time I ever heard them. And Austin was kind of just like, okay, yeah, so you're gonna give me like a boom, ka, boom, ka, ka, boom, ka, 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 ka,
Yeah, we just speak Bobby McFerrin back and forth. And
yeah, exactly.
Black dance to dance to God. You know what I mean?
That
Like,
makes me happy because I thought I was like,
Yeah, I do that all the time too.
No,
I
it's the
thought I was like
best.
the only person who does that because like I don't, like I said in the last episode, I don't know music theory worth shit. So all I know is to make noises, and hopefully the person I'm looking at gets it. And if they don't, then I gotta physically show them, and then that's even worse. Like being
Yeah.
like, "Oh, give me a little bit of a sibit there, zikadabidabit," and they're like, "Oh, can you show me?" No, just do it. Just like what
Yeah.
I said, do it.
Yeah,
It's interesting tracking with Jer, man, because the day had a little bit of some hills and valleys, I'd say, and honestly, it went smooth. I'm cautiously optimistic, and then when people are trying to explain the logistics of whatever we're gonna do recording wise, like over the years, I immediately become a pessimist. I'm like, we're gonna need fucking 8 hours today, 8 hours tomorrow. It's not gonna be good enough. It's gonna be this. And I kind of gave him the heads up, and my thought was, okay, we got 6 tunes. One of them is literally 1:50. All the other ones are in 4/4, and you're just going to be bashing shit for a while. This should take us 6 hours. This should take us 4.5 hours. And then it was like, we got it all done in 8 hours, maybe 8 plus.
I think it was like an hour or two for like bullshit, breakfast, coffee, and setup, probably like 2 hours. And then I feel like the actual like me sitting at the drums and playing the tunes was like 6 hours.
But the hills and valleys, like, so Jarrett's like full in it. Like, first of all, he starts with all his clothes on, right? And he's got all his clothes on. Just we're getting at it. We start with an easy tune, he shreds it. We start with this, he shreds it. And like, Jarrett doesn't play drums like I play drums or how I imagine drums. He plays different, but better. But a lot of like we're playing choruses on like the left crash, and I'm looking at him like, what are you doing? Like, motherfuckers who do that like sketch me out. Like, God, like I want to be over here. I want to be over here. So like the whole time I'm like, whatever. He's still ripping it. And then there just came a time during the day where I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, Jack's tuned in. Jack's a robot, and he's just sitting there all day. Like,
That is true.
Jack Meidel. I mean, he's been on before. He's the shit. And he was on the sticks all day running the session for the drums, and I was just sitting there trying to run my portion of the session. And I guess during the tracking of like the last like 3 tunes, maybe like 2.5, Jerry starts to get a little frustrated. Jarrett, now he's stripped down to almost nothing clothing wise. Absolutely like steam flying off of him. We're in the small, and we're just like, he keeps playing something, and we're like, dude, it's fine. And he's like, fuck, like, motherfucker. Like, I'm like, Jared, like, it's gonna be fine, dude. And then lo and behold, yeah, we finished the day. Every track came out fire, better than anyone I know who could play it. And it really couldn't have gone better. That was just day one. We got our what do they call it? Hit the ground running day one.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was funny because on the car ride home from work today, I was thinking about how we were doing this podcast and what we might talk about regarding those sessions. And I was thinking about, it's funny how you said it, because I was thinking like, I am so calm, cool, and collected during anything, like if I'm not tracking.
Yeah.
But like you put me and my abilities like on the spot, like I think it just hit the point where like maybe like the third or fourth track in, like we are in literally like a bedroom. And it is 4 of us in here with the door shut. There's no airflow. It is so hot. And I just like, not that I started doubting my abilities, but I just get like, I don't know. I guess I just kind of shifted into this mindset of like, man, like I'm session drumming today. Like, why am I not Steve Gadd? Why am I not Bernard Purdy?
It's funny. I think about it like work sometimes too, because like it's a polar opposite definition of clock watching, right? You're in the session and we're 2 tunes in, but we're 4 hours in, and we were expected to get 6 tunes, whatever. We were behind schedule that day for a portion of the day until like we hit a break. Like we were on a roll for a while. Same with Guitar Day. It was the same thing. Like we were like, fuck, it's literally like 4 o'clock and we have 1.5 songs done. Then we just tore it up for a while. When you're at work and you're clock watching, you are spacing the thing that you have to do over time. Like sometimes I'm at work and I want to like, and it's like 2 and I have one more thing to do, and I'll make it like in my mind so it'll take like a bunch of more hours. That's the last thing I do because I don't want to just sit there.
Yeah.
And so I'll space all that time. And tracking is the exact opposite. You get frustrated, then you look at the clock, and then you're like, "Fuck it, that feels fine. Fuck it, we don't need another take there. Fuck it, this mic's not working. We just won't mix." Like I've been in those situations tracking so many times.
Right.
It's like the opposite of work. Like I'm not spacing this out because I want to like waste the day and clock watch, because I don't know if you guys do. I clock watch at work. It's like every 10 minutes. I'm like, why has it only been 5 minutes? It's been 10 minutes. Like what the fuck? So it's like that sort of thing. Like that time passes and you're sitting there wailing away and you're like, fuck, it's 3 p.m. Like we were supposed to be done this by now. Fuck it. Just send it. Yeah. So, you know,
I think in my head, there was just like multiple added pressures because number one, we've talked about him many times on this podcast. Like my neighbor sucks. He's the worst.
Yeah.
And
Little twat
we had
baby
like,
boy.
What?
I called him little twat baby boy.
Yeah, basically. So
I met him for the first time. I thought he was. I didn't know that was the guy. And he comes out. Like, oh, what's up, guys?
The rich dude, right?
I was like, that's just chill as fuck. Look at that truck.
It's
Dude,
funny,
that's
because
the thing that pisses me off.
Probably packing.
He's seemed. It's like he's fucking wealthy and like he be living large. He has that fucking what does he got? He got some fucking the
G-Wagon, the Ferrari.
What's his wife look like? Has he got a girl?
Fucking banging, and that's probably why he's pissed off. His credit card looks disgusting. I bet he probably didn't want a G-Wagon. He probably didn't.
There was this motherfucker like that at So McCall had the McCall frat house right down in Glassboro for the longest time. It was like 2 years, but we were all in college, and so we'd all chill there and sleep there and party there for a couple years. And I remember his neighbor was this guy who we think he was he was a drug front. Like I'm pretty sure. Like I can't, like it's one of those things you can kind of expect it. He'd come home with a new car or new this every day, and he'd always bitch if they played. So we'd always jam in his garage when he was, because it was like townhouses in a row, and he'd have a new chick like all the time. Like it was really like that. And one day, I don't remember who it was, but somebody parked their car. He wanted the 2 spots in the front, and he'd threaten your life if you took one of the spots in the front, because there were a bunch of spots in the back, but he wanted the spots in the front. And somebody went over to chill at Sean's and parked there and came out, and every single fucking window in their car was smashed in. Every single one. And that's what reminds me of this guy. He's just like some big shot motherfucker pulling up in like a Jaguar one day, and he's got like 3 cars in the garage, and bitches coming to his crib. You park in my spot, I'm fucking Carrie Underwood your ass, bro. He just destroyed the fucking car. I was like,
wait, did Carrie Underwood do that?
Oh,
bro,
come on, bro.
Song.
Bro,
come on.
Dude,
I dug my key into the
Oh,
side. You know, like fucking
The
making
pretty little
bangers out here.
souped
Look,
up,
look,
like
can I be-
some college kid? Bam, bam, bam. Crazy.
I did not fuck with Carrie Underwood. I think
I don't think anybody
Oh.
here was a huge.
no,
Carrie
but like I
Underwood
like my mom was, and I like annexed it from my
I will say-
existence.
I will say they did a great job. NBC did transitioning from Faith Hill's old ass, which like my dad used to hop up the couch. You know what I mean? Faith Hill would be on Sunday Night Football. Waiting all day for us to he'd be hopping up the hills. Faith Hill. It's Faith Hill. Dude, Carrie's it now. Dude, I put
That's
that
she's,
fucking game on 10 minutes early to see Carrie. Just see
she's the
song.
one that does that like the NFL intro, right?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
no, I
Sunday
know,
Night
I know, I
Football,
know, I
yeah.
know, I know,
Yeah.
I know. That's cool.
Yeah, she's awesome, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
Carrie's
yeah,
awesome.
Come on, bro.
Oh, I was an
Anyway.
American Idol kid too. We used to watch that shit when I was
You were an
little.
American Idol kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Were
God.
any of you guys American
Not
Idol
really.
heads?
What?
So
Oh,
you guys
I'm the,
remember, like,
I'm the
Zendaya-
outcast here.
My family every what was it, Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Oh no, you should know you're an American Idol
I
kid, right?
forget. I forget. Jesus.
Yo,
I mean, I
honestly
could just
don't remember
mute
what
you.
day it was either.
I think it was
don't
like
either.
Tuesday and Friday.
Awesome
I just
fakes.
remember it was like
Dude,
the
that's your
one
job. Look
thing.
it up.
All right.
Little bitch.
It was like I
Tell
feel
me
like
how
it was
Kevin's
once a
out in the
week.
deep blue sea right now.
I know. I don't know how that. Oh shit. That's
What happened?
Alexa.
Oh, there we
Lights
go.
on.
He's live. Kevin was just in
There
the
we
deep
go.
blue, bro.
This,
Yeah. By
this
the way,
podcast
people.
is hilarious.
By the way, people. Me and Kevin are literally in the same room.
No.
Yeah, so am
Oh.
I.
We're not.
What
So-
nights?
So
Well,
I'm
Tuesday
I'm
and
gonna just
Friday.
Finish.
Hold on.
It says Sunday.
Keep
but-
going.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Hold on. I don't know.
I saw Sunday.
Is it Tuesday and Sunday?
No, just
It was-
Sunday.
It's once a week.
When
Dude,
when the,
but
when the fucking shit air, like I think they did. Yeah, it was once a week. When auditions were once a week, and then the show started, and it was once a
I
week.
thought it was 2 days a week when whatever.
And it was Bo Bice.
Bro, Ghost Hunter
Dog
Kids
shit.
Yo,
here.
shout
And
out
he-
Bo Bice.
Yo.
I had his CD when I was like 7, dude. It's the most hip shit ever.
Yo.
Bo Bice. Bo Bice. Bo Bice.
He was like early season, like season 4. Then Daughtry, and
Mhm.
I still listen
Yo,
to Daughtry. No
Kelly
cap.
Clarkson.
I've never met someone who unironically stands Daughtry so hard as this man Austin right here.
You know what I really like? I will say this. You know what I really like? And
What do you like?
I'm gonna say I love somebody in the basic tenor male range with a little bit of rasp. So that's the singer. The recordings need to be a basic ass fucking JCM clean tone up against an acoustic guitar with the most crisp sounding, beautiful drums, 4 on the hi-hat. I'm talking Nickelback does the same shit. Like I'll just listen to that because it like soothes my ears. It feels so good in my ears, and it's catchy, and that's fine. And okay, at the end of the day, it's like obviously just like somebody wrote him that song and paid him $1 million to do it. But that's also the other part of it that I'm like, that's so sick. Like
Yeah.
that's so sick. That motherfucker, Daughtry was gonna join Fuel when they came back.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he was gonna join. Then he was
Yeah.
gonna join Cream when they came back.
What the fuck?
Cream?
Yes.
I didn't know
yes,
about
like Sunshine
Cream.
of Your Love. I don't know if there's a fact check for that, but I swear to God he was gonna join Fuel because Fuel wanted to come back, and they were like, "You wrote 2 good songs, you can't come back." But he would have been perfect. Oh my God, he would have been.
I never listened to Fuel.
Daughtry and Fuel, I would listen to nothing else. That would be fucking amazing.
What's Fuel like? I've never
He
listened to
sang.
it.
He sang.
that's sick.
He sang Hemorrhage on American Idol.
That's right.
And
That's
he's done a. He's a few. It
look
looks
at you're
like
an
he did-
American Idol kid, Kev. Come
No,
on.
I just looked it up. Chris Daughtry Fuel, and I see. It looks like they did like a Queen and Adam Lambert type beat for a minute because I see a couple Fuel and Chris
What-
Daughtry live things.
What's his most famous song?
Chris Daughtry.
Yeah.
Where do you?
Oh,
he's
It's
got,
Not
he's got a couple
Over.
heaters. I'm not.
It's
gonna
not
lie.
over. Probably it plays in Wawa.
not
It's
over.
not over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
that's Daughtry.
That's a hit.
Dude, that
That's
song-
a fucking hit.
That song's a fucking smash. hit,
Dude,
bro.
it's so good.
It's
I
not
think
over.
that song-
Oh,
when
yeah.
we're in our 50s, our kids are gonna walk up and we're gonna be like, "Yo, listen to this song. You know this song?" And we're gonna be like, "American Idol,
I remember.
2004." or whatever fucking year it was.
I remember
That's right.
one time we were hanging out at Jarrett's house, and Austin was like, he just turned to me, he's like, "Yo, Kev," he's like,
Oh my god.
he's like, I want to start like a 2000s post grunge band. He's like, and I want you to sing. He's like, I could just hear your fucking voice on that shit. It sounds so good. And then we left, and Luke's like, yo, he meant that. He wasn't trying to insult you. I'm like, nah, I know.
Kevin, here's the thing. I'm gonna make that worse because that's not the wording I used.
Oh, you remember this?
I said I want to start a band that sounds like 3 Days Grace.
Yes, he did.
That's what I said.
That is what he said. I was hoping it came up.
I was like, I want to start a fucking band, dude. It'd be sick. It'd be so sick. And we're listening to. So when we show up to the sessions at Jerry's we've been doing vocals every Sunday, and we showed up last week. We eat our McDonald's and whatever, and say stupid shit for a couple hours, and then we get going. And the other day, I just threw on the Old City LP, and I was like, dude, like this shit sounds like Kings of Leon. And like, and
yo,
then
did you guys hear about that shit?
We all looked at each other and we were like, yo, Kings of Leon's dope. And then we just listened to Kings of Leon. But like, I did this to a kid once. And I don't remember what the band was, but we played a show. I want to say we played a show last year, 2 years ago. We were on tour, and this band sounded so good to me. Like I loved them. They were like 18-year-olds. They were fucking awesome. And I walked up to them after the gig, and this is and probably after several alcoholic beverages. And I walk up to them and go, "You guys are sick. Does anyone ever tell you sound like Bush?" And they looked at me and they were like they were gonna hurt me. And I was like, and then I just like kind of like walked away and like lit up a smoke. And I was like, did I just is that insulting? Like Bush is fucking sick. And like that then I said that to my bandmates at the time. I'm like, I just said these kids sound like Bush. They won't even look at me. I love Bush and I love 3 Days Grace, and I would love to hear Kevin do some 3 Days Grace. Like, no, that's not an insult. Like,
I know.
I like shit music in others' eyes. To me, it's great, but
I don't think any music shit. I just think there's music that is cool, and people generally go to the cool shit. But I mean, like, look, my favorite band, one of my favorite bands, while I was listening to Korn and like Slipknot, Creed. I loved Creed.
yeah,
I still to this day love Creed. But
I listen to Stone Sour and shit still.
Oh, Stone Sour rips.
It's
But
just
you guys hear about that NFT
chords.
shit
Yeah.
with Kings of Leon?
No,
They're selling.
I did hear about
They're
this. It's
selling
something
the
wild.
rights to their album.
Oh, we were just somebody. I think Kyle brought that up when we were over.
They're
that's
selling
what he
their
said.
rights to the album to one person for like a couple $1 million.
Yeah,
But like it's this weird thing where they don't own it. They like own like just the album.
Yeah, I'm
It's
looking
like-
it up now.
Isn't
is
it?
it like a share?
Non-fundable
like a
token.
share.
Yeah, it's like a Bitcoin thing. Lindsay Lohan, her name is literally a non-fundable token. So it's like this thing at a point. We're at a point now where I can make a non-fundable token and just become currency.
Dude, I was just seeing this. Kevin, you may have seen this too. Have you seen where people buy like NBA and MLB and NFL highlights?
Yeah. That's like
Like, they will-
virtual. They're like virtual trading cards almost.
They'll
but
own the highlight.
yeah.
Like it'll be like Vince Carter
That
like,
is some
dunking
big
on
dick
like
energy.
Dikembe Mutombo in like 06. And
Yeah.
they'll pay like 36 grand and just be
That
like,
is
"I
some
own this
big dick
highlight."
energy,
That's
bro.
crazy,
So-
right? Like
so
it's
what-
like fucked up.
What I'm seeing here is it looks like NFTs are a type of cryptocurrency, but instead of like it being money, like a transfer, but it's art or tickets or music, which
It's a ploy, right?
So did they get a resell on it? Like
So
let's
you-
say
no.
Let's
What
say I buy fucking like a Lil Pie track, right?
Mhm.
And like I buy it in the same way you're describing. Am I like is this just like a copyright ownership or
Yes.
are you so I can post that wherever the fuck I want.
It's
and no one can
yours in a sense of that it's like okay. It's like, all right. They're not releasing an actual physical album, I'm pretty sure. All right. And
They are.
oh, they are? Okay, so they're releasing a physical album. But like I guess the whole thing is that you own a certain amount of the rights. The streaming, the money, all that still goes to Kings of Leon. But it's like you remember when that fucked up dude who made the pill for whatever it was, and he bought Martin Shkreli, he bought that one.
Yeah.
It's the same situation, but in like virtual currency. But what people are doing, and this is why people are doing it, I think. A lot of people are sitting here and they'll then donate the so they'll sit here and say, I'm gonna do 12 of them. And then they'll donate 11 of them for $13,000, $12,000, whatever they price it at, and then sell one. So then the revenue they make. So Lindsay Lohan did this, and I don't know how much she did it for, but she did this with 11 of her shares, donated them, and then sold one. So now when her tax season comes up, she just knocks off let's say $36,000 or something off her taxes. So people are using
it's just an interesting way to do business. It kind of seems like
it's shady good, not shady
I know,
bad.
to me, it doesn't seem shady. It almost seems like unsound business. I mean, I feel like people, like, they're always trying to, touch
this
the
is new.
cryptosphere. And because, doing shit online is so, like, it's so relevant now. It's just like that's like a weird way to do business for me. I mean, but I don't know. I've never had a song that's ever made me $1. So like,
dude,
you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know I'd need a financial advisor to explain to me what the fuck that means. Like,
I mean, I bet there's porn stars who've already done this shit like 50 times over, and they're just like, oh, you're just figuring this out? Yeah, I got like $50 million of shares just sitting in my bank account right now.
Based on what?
Because, dude, everything. Okay, ready? And this is not an. This is just like, I don't know. This is me being random, but like, think about it. Everything we invent, the internet, the first thing the internet was used for, like by like consumers, like a lot of, you might have to look this up maybe if you care to. I don't really want that on my laptop, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm pretty sure like a lot of people like were searching porn.
Do you want to think about this first, or do you want to?
No. No, like I've seen it in a lot of, stuff with information and stuff.
Are you nervous adjusting the mic because you're about to talk about porn, or are you just?
No, dude, I'm just. I don't want my.
All right, hit us with it, Luke. Let's go.
I already said it. A lot of people are searching porn when they when the internet was first made. So it just is like, usually sex is like the first thing that it's in this weird way inspires innovation. You know what I mean?
Well,
like think about it, like war.
Well, I mean, it's art does the same thing.
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying. Like, you're connecting the dots.
I'm just saying, primarily like people love sex. So the first thing that like, so I'm saying like porn stars were probably the first, and they're like now just being like, oh shit, you figured this one out. We've already been like, cause like, there's like already like a sex brothel in like some random country with like AI robots. Yeah, like
I wouldn't know.
I'm trying to go get me the fuck.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
bro.
But hear me out. Do we have a consumer? This is what I'm saying. Do we have a consumer resource of AI robots? No, but there's a sex dungeon that you can go to. Like, it's just like, it's the same thing where it's just like the first thing that's like created is usually like the first consumer thing is usually sexual.
Oh,
like
so this is crazy. Sorry.
No, go.
This is so it looks like you can buy, they're basically tokens, and you can like you can exchange them out for like physical things like a cassette or a vinyl. But it also looks like so the artist gets the money for the album, and then token holders can recoup their investments and make profit from royalties.
Yeah.
From songs.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And so it's basically they're trying to make, I guess,
fuck the labels.
I guess Kings of Leon is becoming its own economy because Portugal the Man has their own cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's basically just an economy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's dangerous or not.
It's a stock investment with no other realm of economy. It's like if I invest in the stock market, well, the stock market fights with
Right.
millions of other stocks at constantly.
But
This
can't
is
the
like
US
I'm investing in it's almost like I'm thinking of it like this, like it's like what the fuck are those called? The venture capital firms. So like if you're in a venture capital firm and you're like, I like Bob's landscaping, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like I'm gonna go chuck him a couple dollars, but it's the other way around. Like you'd be chucking Bob's landscaping like $2 million. Like go buy yourself this and buy yourself that, and like later on, I mean, it's like Shark Tank. You know what I mean?
Oh, word. Okay,
But like it's backwards. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, like I'm whatever,
money,
dude.
you're-
It's too
you're
much
putting money-
finance talk. I'm fucking lost here.
I'm just confused if that's like good or not, because like
I mean, it could have been.
what happens if one like crazy dude gets such a greater economy than the US government? I mean, there's many people who already have more money than US.
It's not going to
government.
be Kings of Leon. I'm going to promise.
Yeah, it's not.
No, but like think about it. Dude, hold on. Just imagine that timeline. Kings of Leon.
This is an inspiration. They should save this podcast because I am going to set this same thing up for the Downer record, right? Which like no one will listen to, but I'm going to say that now, right? You're going to speak things into existence backwards. No one's going to listen to it, but it just like blows the fuck up, right? And then I just turn Downer into a venture capital firm based on 6 fucking songs. You know, dude, this is gonna happen.
Kings of Leon. If you
Save
ever
the
listen,
pod.
yeah, Kings of Leon. If you ever listen to this podcast,
Thank you. God bless you.
you're gonna owe me a lot of money. Also, I won't take the money as long as you spare my life in this future timeline where you are our supreme leaders. Sir Kings of Leon. Thank you, sir.
They call themselves kings for a reason. That
Yeah,
Kings of
dude.
Leon.
Whoa, what happens if that literally
Yeah.
actually
Yo.
like we just wake up and it's 2040 and like I don't know what's the lead singer of Kings of Leon?
Caleb
He's
Follow
not. He's
What's his
not
last
using
name? Homie, man.
somebody.
Follow Will.
Follow, yeah, and his last name is Follow. Like, dude, he is culty
And
already.
they come out with their
First
final
name-
song. The sequel of "Use Somebody" is gonna just be called "Use Everybody" because we've
Yeah.
done it. We've used everybody.
Human
Everybody is tapped the fuck out. You have no money left. Kings of Leon owns your life.
Human
would you like to do?
sacrifices
Listen-
every Friday. Just 30,000 people every Friday. They're just playing a live set while people just fucking get wrecked.
I get in my car. I'm like pounding the radio. Like where is the sports station? Where's the fucking like? Cause I listen to garbage sports all day. Where is it? And it's
It's
just
the
like
same song.
it's just like 104.5. Or no, it's like fucking Ben FM, and it won't change. And it's just sex on fire and fucking Use Somebody all day. And then your iPhone does the U2 thing where you're like fucking Kings of Leon took over the world, bro.
Yeah, you
Like,
go on YouTube
you
and
just
it's
get
just
what their
only,
thoughts are on Twitter. You get what they're like. It's just you're fucked.
you go on
dude.
YouTube and it's just their live sets. They're like you know, live sets.
But it just stemmed. I guess we got here from me saying that Kevin's old band sounded like Kings of Leon. And
Think about that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
Kings of Leon's great, and you guys are great. So it was like no, like
Thanks.
when you were mentioning this earlier, it was like no shade. Like I would love to hear Kevin do some.
so could
2000s
you
post-grunge.
sell a song as NFT?
Well, it's basically like you're investing in the band, and they get that money, and then you have that. You own that part of that. I guess the song or
Token, and
album.
then in their shop you can redeem a token to get whatever item you want. Okay,
Well, that or you could,
that's kind
actually,
of
for
cool.
Another thing I heard regarding like the whole tax situation
Mhm.
is like, say Luke were to go do some like get a canvas and go fucking all Jackson Pollock on it, right? And just
Mhm.
splatter shit everywhere, right?
How do you know I'm not?
Exactly, right? So Luke, you do this little painting for me, right? And I say, "Hey, Luke, that's cool, but like, you didn't really do anything, so I'll give you $20 for this painting." And you'll be like, "Yeah, sure, man, that'll get me high." And then
No.
I go get that painting appraised, right?
$20? Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm
Brings
being an
crazy
asshole.
weeds.
But anyway, so like I pay Luke for this like 20,000, no, or I pay him $20 for this painting, and then I go to the appraiser, right? And he appraises Luke's work of art as like a $10,000 piece. and then I like, or no. So Luke, so if I get it appraised and it's like a $10,000 piece, Luke can claim on his taxes like that he lost $10,000.
Ooh.
No,
nice.
you. But
Well,
you
that's
could,
then fuck that. I'm like,
no. But I thought it was more so that you literally can just claim the price of being like, I priced this at $15,000. This painting is $15,000,
That may be accurate.
and then you donate.
You,
And then you donate those $5, and then now that's whatever, those $5 are a $15,000 loss in your whatever, and then you can claim that on your taxes as you just lost 15,000 times 5. I'm not doing the math, but you lost that money, and then they go, "Damn, bro, that sucks." I mean, dude, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm gonna sell my dude. I'm gonna go on Wiki Feet and really blow up, and then start an NFT from my foot.
Sounds good.
Frank might want to say hello. Do you want to talk, Frank? Oh,
Frankfurt.
oh there he is. Okay. That's
Kai's just sitting down for once and just being
Frank.
cute.
He's the goat.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
shit.
to get this. I don't know how to get this train back on the tracks.
Oh,
I mean, there is
I'm
no
done
track.
with the NFTs.
I
But-
get the trains back on the tracks.
The only thing here was my only thought before our whole tangent was I was getting frustrated while I was tracking because I know, crazy leaping back, but I did want to mention this. Like the frustration was more coming from like my neighbor's an asshole, and we have this like
when?
strict time limit. Yeah, I'm going all the way back. We
Did
have this
talk
like
about
strict.
this?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude. This is how we went
Yes.
off because he said
shit.
something about his
I thought
neighbor.
I thought this was a financial podcast.
No, I mean it kind of is at this point. Like we went off because we started talking about how he was rich, and then we all started talking NFTs, Carrie Underwood, and American Idol.
All
Wow.
right, sorry, Jerry. You do it.
No. It's funny. I want to go back and listen to this podcast and make like a flow chart of like it'll be like Downer, my neighbor, Carrie Underwood, Daughtry, Kings of Leon, and it'd be funny. Anyway, so like the frustration was mostly coming from like at the end of the day, like you paid for the studio time that I was like obviously
Well,
like
I
I
didn't
didn't
pay
charge
yet.
you. Well, yeah, but that's okay. But
I pay a dime.
You got a lot of people
But,
on this
like,
podcast
he's-
who owe you money, Jerry. You want me to round them up?
you owe me money?
I don't owe you shit. We got
Kevin
Bo-
doesn't owe me money yet.
He hasn't done work for me yet, buddy.
I thought you guys recorded. Oh,
Stay out of this.
When this podcast comes out on
Kevin will owe
Sunday
you
or
money.
Monday, Kevin will have owed me money, but Kevin's a good guy, so he'll probably have paid me.
Oh, when's tracking? Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lit. Nice.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway,
stoked.
Jarrett, if you're gonna
Yeah,
go
so the
somewhere in
frustrating-
realm where you feel bad because I'm paying you money to record.
Well, it
Don't do it.
was just the pressure of like I'm session drumming on Austin's tunes. Like Austin paid for this day of tracking, and my neighbor is going to be home at 6 p.m. and throw a fit if it's not done. And it just gets like, I guess I was kind of getting in my head, and especially like it's typical like musician shit where it's like, man, like why am I not fucking crushing it? Like, why am I not eating? And all these things on my mind. I'm like, it's like, man, like if I don't get this done, like it's going to delay the tracking plans for the weekend. And like, I'm on Austin's time. I burped, excuse me. Like I'm on Austin's time. And then like, like, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everyone does this, but I feel like it's easy to just be like, man, like I sound like shit.
Dude, well, I'd have to say this, like we set it up so we didn't run into like an extreme amount of obstacles, right? And
Yeah.
like I was confident about doing drums in the time period it was, like probably overly confident, but we did it. And like I cut half of my index finger off 3 days before we started, and it was supposed to be drum Saturday, guitars, and bass Sunday, in which I'm playing absolutely every part for every song. And like that was the only thing on my mind initially on Saturday. And then Sunday rolled around and my hand worked. Like it was still kind of bleeding all over itself, but it was working. So like, yeah, that general like anxiety of we're on the clock, but the work environment that's there, and I'm stoked for Kevin to experience it. It's fucking great. Like obviously you're chilling with Jay, but like there's the way that environment like flows throughout the day and you're figuring stuff out and you're bouncing stuff off. Like he and Jack have everything down to a T. And then it's just really up to you to be prepared with your stuff. And that was the most prepared I was ever for a session, mainly because most of the studio sessions I've ever done are, you know, jazz and some improv. So it was kind of like, oh, let's take this. Like, and then every other band session I did was at a house or in a living room or in a bedroom, and one time in a studio where the preparedness wasn't like really keened in because we had all day to do it. You do it this day, do it that day. When do you get home from work? That was like, all right, we're on the clock. And yeah, I was just super. I mean, we're still going. I get to go howl like a wolf at your house again on Sunday for an entire couple hours. And yeah, it really has been going fantastic. I gotta give props to Jay, but like also the way they handle it, probably like super plug for Little Penguin. Like I'm their friend. I know them. So it's one thing to give a call to the client, but right when I set it up and I gave Jared an idea, like a few hours later, I was in a conference call, you know, with him and Jack about it. And it was like super smooth, like hash out every fucking, we were on the phone for like an hour and a half, like hash out this, hash out that, like hash out this. And it just sounds great. So I can't complain a little bit. And yeah, I just would give you props for putting up with me singing for the last 2 weeks. That's been
great.
I can't sing a lick, but we've been trying.
It's been great, man.
It's
been great. It's been a real fun project. I mean, like the first official Little Penguin project was like the 5-minute EP, but that was like that was kind of different because it was like me and Jack doing my shit, and like half of that was recorded remotely, you know, like Jack's guitar parts and most of his bass parts, like he did, and he just sent me the shit and I did my thing. But this has been more of like a collaborative effort between me and Jack and just figuring out how we work together and the best way to go about it. And man, like I feel like we have a good thing. He was over the other night, and we talked about like some, like we sat down for like an hour and talked about like how we want to mic Brandon's drums for the session we're gonna do with Kevin and Brandon on Saturday.
Yeah, man, like
you know,
dude, he was over a couple weeks ago, and you know, we had Kyle's car at the repair shop, and like I pulled up and like he dropped his car off and we got in my car, and you were like, oh, me and Jack just did this mix for, I don't remember what song it was that we had just recorded vocals for. I think it was Boobs.
Buonana and Boobs.
They all have terrible names, but anyway, we crank Boobs on. I throw it on in the drive. You know what I mean? And you know how you get them first mixes back. You're like, this sounds like shit. Like this sounds like shit. Like what are they doing? But it's really not you. You just, it's all the source sounds, and it was all like kind of mixed and mended together. And I sounded like I could really sing. And like it was like, dude, we were on the way back to my house, just like, like what the fuck is this thing? But I will say this too. Moving over to Mr. Knobloch, same shit, bro. Like I go over Jarrett's. I'm telling him the other day, I'm like, I'm so impressed at how like he flies around Pro Tools, like bam, 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 click, click, click. I was over at Luke's for like a couple hours recording that one night, and it was like he's got everything down to a T. It's just bang, 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 bang. Like it still sounds like Luke. It's still like, you know what I mean? But it's not like it's not like he used to fumble over himself. Like I watched him fumble over himself before, and like he's got like, you know what I mean? It's just cool to watch. Like it's just cool to like just like chill and be a part of it. Cause I don't be recording dick, bro. Like I do some demos on my computer for fun and shit, but
Yeah, I was actually just saying that to Kevin, like right before we started. I was like, I kind of forget I didn't do anything like music. Like before I picked up Ableton, like I didn't do music really. Like I did, like, you know, I played in bands and stuff, but like I was more so like I went to shows and shit. And I think like that was like a gratitude moment to myself, because I was like sitting there and I was like aware of like, oh shit, like I'd be hustling on this Ableton now. Like, cause I was just sitting here like pulling, like I made this, I texted you about it yesterday. I made the game,
yeah,
like
yeah.
this
Yeah, I
acapella
heard it.
thing. And now I'm adding, I think I was adding like Jay-Z or somebody else into it. So I'm just like adding like features and stuff. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, this would have taken me like a week to do
Yeah.
like a year ago.
Well,
but
I think
now
it pushed along your writing too, your creative process too. Just
Yeah.
having like that, like kind of like an idea already, and like it's the same thing. Like I was over at Jarrett's playing trumpet yesterday on one of his tracks, and I'm it's one of those things you get to a point with an instrument. Like I didn't pick that thing up in months, but if you can hear, like it's like the cliche with jazz musicians, but like if you can hear what you're playing before it comes out, it advances everything.
Yeah.
And like that's the same with using software. If you can like kind of vision like what you're playing, what it's going to sound like before you actually lay it onto the grid, like it just helps out a lot.
Well, I don't do that. So
Interesting.
so my whole technique is literally I make a fucking all right, I'll take a sample that I'm gonna sample. I'll loop the part that I'm gonna like chop up if I think I'm gonna chop that. Basically just to like get it into like rhythm. And then I'll make a beat over top of that. And then I'll delete that and then put it into my simpler, which is like my sampler. And then I'll sample over top of it. So mainly like the goal is make really nice fucking drums to like put a sample over top and then mess around with the sample, you know, like so yeah, no, I don't really have like a vision before I go in. I just know now that like I've been messing around with like what I want to do. Like, do I want to make lo-fi? Do I want to make trap? And now I'm just like, no, I like boom bap and lo-fi. It's just what I am. I used to be upset that I sample, and now I'm also at a point where I'm just like, yo, like that's like an instrument in itself.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
not many
maybe that's my point. I don't mean to say that you
I just mastered
think about it before
craft.
it goes in. It's just like you know the extent of your ability when you import something into your project or you do this. Like
yeah,
you know the extent. Like you can take.
I'm not experimenting in
Right.
situations I don't need to anymore. Like before, you would come over and I'd be like, "Yo, dude, I'm gonna make your vocals sound pretty cool," and then I'd throw like reverb, delay, all this shit on. Then we're just sitting here. I'm like, "That doesn't sound good." Okay, let me backtrack. And then now it's just like, all right, everything's clean, a little compression. Like that's the stuff that like I'm now learning like the actual stuff.
And by
you're
the
supposed
way,
to do.
by the way, that my verse on, I don't know if you've even talked about the new track on the pod yet.
Oh, we have.
My verse, I will send it tonight. I have nothing to do.
Oh yeah.
No one's here. I can act thug in my room for a little bit.
Yeah. No, this shit's gonna be. I'm excited for that too. Just because it's been a year since I put anything out, and
Same. I mean, you texted me. I was like, should I write some rap lyrics? And I was just like literally sitting on the toilet and wrote like at 32. And I was like, that's fine.
Yeah,
like that works.
Yeah, because like I never mentioned this on the podcast. Funny story. One day I'm depressed as fuck, you know, working at Honda, and I'm pushing cages into a truck, and I'm just like, you know, kind of just like, you know, zoning out of life. And I look at my Instagram and it's a bunch of these like foreign kids from like another country, and when I say kids, like high schoolers, and they're just like like literally liking all of my posts, like 10 of these kids, and like 3 of them like are commenting at all, like on most of my posts, and one of them just comments, "Don't give up on us, Pi." And that just was like, all right. I was like, I need to make a track. Like I can't give up on these kids. Like I was like, for you guys, I'm making music. So whoever they are, like, I don't like really know them. I respond to them. I comment. I'm not really on my little Pi account. I don't really care about that account too much, but mad respect to those kids.
Don't give up on us, Pi.
Don't give up on us, Pi. I mean, my name isn't going to be Pi anymore, but I got you guys.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah.
My name definitely gonna be Flatley, bro.
I'm just going to go by my name. I think I'm just going to go.
Yeah, you can just put my name down, bro.
I think I'm done going by like these like fucking.
Luke Knobloch's a good artist name. Like honestly, it honestly sounds like you have like an acoustic guitar and you sing like fucking terrible.
So I've
like,
hated my last name as an artist name. That's why I've never used it. I hate Knobloch. It sounds like literally. There we go. It sounds
like Third Reich. That's what that sounds like.
I didn't want to say it. That's kind of what it sounds. I mean, that's what it. Literally, my grandfather's middle name was Adolf. So we're pretty German. And I don't know.
No, I like it. I like Knobloch.
It's aggressive. That's the other thing. It's like, and I'm not really that of. I'm like when I need to be, but like. I like to be chill, and like my last name's like really like, but it means garlic doctor. My family. So
garlic doctor.
So
are you fucking kidding me?
No. So back in like the 1800s, they thought garlic was and there's a lot of benefits to eating garlic actually, but they literally thought that garlic was a way to cure many ailments. So they had doctors that would use garlic to cure them, and my family was a long line of garlic doctors, which is why I think my family now is a long line of losers, because I think we shammed a lot of people for generations, and now the world is, karma's like, listen, we all knew you were selling snake oil. You knew it. You knew people were dying when you're giving them the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, your family were like the eye doctors that wouldn't upgrade to LASIK.
Exactly. So I think my brother's last name is Murray, and he's doing great. But all of the Knoblochs were, we're getting by.
You had Chuck, fucking Yankee legend, Chuck Knobloch.
Well, he was the last. And guess what he did? He fucked it all up for us. He roided it out.
He was a legend though. That Chuck EK was a legend, bro.
But he fucked it up.
He's a Yankee legend.
He fucked it up. He beat his wife, and now
I cannot believe you're related to him. I cannot.
We're not 100% guaranteed that we're like, or we're not 100% sure that we're related. But okay,
I will say the closest namesake sports star to me is Bill Romanowski, but like, I'm not related to him.
So if you put a picture of my grandfather and Chuck next to each other, which would have been his brother.
Yeah, they don't look alike.
No, they look identical. You can't even say that they're not.
Oh, they do. They got
like twins.
Shit.
Yeah. Except his head goes to the left. Yeah. Like his
You got any fame in your blood, Kevin?
Adam Dunn? Question mark. Big,
or yeah, do you have any fake
big lefty, dude? It's got to be the man.
Do you have any like rumor fame?
No.
Or do you have fame you can't mention?
Some president apparently that I don't give a shit about. No, there's no one in my no one famous that I'm related to.
There was a president?
I'm fucking related to Bruce Gradkowski.
There was a president. You're related to a president.
Apparently.
Of the United States. No. The apparently is what I want to hear.
It's Obama.
That's the story I want. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, I want to hear the apparent. Like,
it's like Ulysses S. Grant. It's not even a cool one.
Oh.
Yeah, he's cool.
Is he? I don't even know shit about him.
I don't know.
Dude, he was like a very prominent war general in the Civil War. He's a very very actually honored general. So I would actually say look, I'm a Civil War freak. I love the Civil War. That guy is dope.
I am
Ulysses.
somehow related to Bruce Gradkowski, former perennial backup quarterback in the National Football League for
Oh,
it's like a
yeah.
Jerry.
distant cousin of a cousin. I'm not changing my last name on Facebook to Gradkowski, by the way. Like some would do
I
with
think
their
you
distant
should.
relatives, but
Shit. Jerry, what about you? You got any apparent relatives that are famous or actual famous relatives?
Not that I can think of, not that I know of.
You guys want to hear a funny story though? So,
Sure.
Jerry, you know this story. So one day, I go over Jerry's the first time, and I'm like, "This woman looks familiar."
Oh my God, yes.
So then, and I'm just like, I don't know how I know her, but like she looks like somebody I've known, right? Your mom, I'm speaking of. And then another day, after a couple months, I walk in and I see a woman walk out and another man walk out. And I look, and I'm like, is that my Uncle Bob? And I turn around and I'm so like, we're not actually related. They're friends with my uncle, but what is his wife's name? I always forget her name.
Julie.
Julie. I you know what's funny? I know it's Julie. I always want to say Julie, but I get nervous. But she turns around and she looks at me and she's like, or I saw her and I think I said hi. And then she was like, hi. And I was just like, I'm Colleen's son, Colleen Knobloch. And they both were like, oh my God. And we both like were just sitting there. And I realized that Jerry is related, like not related, but like his family
I'm
has
related.
no, but your family's been friends with my family like my whole life.
Yeah.
Like not like
Wild.
my whole entire family, but like my uncle's next door neighbor is your uncle, and he used to come to my family parties. And his uncle Bob, right?
Yeah, Bob.
Bob. His uncle Bob and my dad John were best friends. Dude, ask whenever you see him, ask him about John. He'll tell you some stories.
John Knobloch.
Ask him. He'll tell you some stories that'll
Johnny
crack
K.
you. Ask him. He will literally tell you stories. So there's this one story. This is fucked up what my dad did, but this will give you all a good example of what my dad is. So my grandmother kept coming over after my brother was born, and he was just tired of it. So one day she spent the night, and he was just like, like he has work early in the morning. She's like sitting here just like, she's a very demanding woman. And I'm assuming when she was younger, she was even more demanding. Like she's like the type that like you wake up and if she doesn't have coffee made for her, like she gets upset because it's disrespectful to not be up before whatever. So one day he got up before her, made her coffee, cream, sugar, everything like that, with a special ingredient, a laxative.
Nice.
Yeah. So like basically my dad just like threw a laxative in there to make my grandmother shit herself to get the hint of like, don't come back, please, for a while. Just get out.
Christ.
So my dad's an asshole. That's why I'm saying ask him about John Knobloch. I bet he will tell you some fucked up stories about my dad. My dad's a dick.
That sounds like a time. Just for the record here, y'all can do whatever you want. Young Jerry, it's his time.
Young Jerry's better.
Yeah, I think we're rounding up exactly on an hour anyways. So, so check out what do you guys got to call it?
Oh, hold on. My cat's trying to turn off my computer.
Oh,
He knows how to do that because he's mad that I'm using it. Get. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking downer record, bro. Like
it's gonna be called Downer.
Like straight up, DWNR probably on Spotify. We'll post from the Facebook. I think we still have access from the Facebook and the Twitter, but who cares? It'll come out. That'll be fine. I'll plug that, but like whatever. Just listen to this podcast. It's fun, and then go check out the little pie that's coming out eventually.
25th.
We will do
March.
I guess I'm gonna appear in a music video premiere which is going to be another
Yeah, we're gonna start doing a lot of music videos.
adventure.
Jerry, you got anything
so
to
it
plug?
Just it won't be out. It'll be out like 2 or 3 days after this podcast. In my project Week 8, it's a song called Pocket Change, and Austin plays some horn. So
It's
shout
a
him out.
it's a but yeah, fuck anything I do. That shit's good. That shit's banging. That shit's
Yeah, you
banging.
killed
Yo,
it. You killed
and
it.
yo, I don't know what date does this come out?
This is coming out
Uh,
Saturday.
This is coming out Saturday.
Or
So
I'm sorry, Monday.
This is coming out Monday.
Old schedule.
So anybody who listens to this, you know what I mean? If you hear the Downer Records coming out, just like hold that in the brain, bro. Don't be posting that shit nowhere. I don't know who listens to this shit. I don't hold that shit in the brain, bro. We'll drop it.
whatever.
We don't know when it's coming out. We'll drop it though.
Heat is heat. Kevin, you got anything to promote?
No.
Nothing.
Drum day on Saturday. Drum day for
Bro, am I allowed to hang? Am I allowed to hang?
I was about to say the
Saturday?
same thing.
maybe.
I don't want to distract nobody.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll table that.
But Luke, if you're by on Sunday, if you want to throw some vocal, because none of us have the range.
I don't do shit. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
I can sing high.
we usually start on Saturday or on Sunday at like 11.
I won't be there till like 3.
Yeah, well, whatever. We'll be there till
I
like 5.
yeah.
I don't know. This week the
I go to
two
bed at
tunes we're doing
6.
are a little longer, but other than that, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. 2 dudes, 2 dolls, but like,
Hold up.
really just
And
2 dudes
I'm
that
plugging
got
myself here,
they're
boys.
fucking weird, like
I'm plugging myself here. Instagram. I'm doing beats and chops and stuff every day basically now. Probably not today or my days off. Fuck that. 21st, we have me and Austin's track coming out called Untitled. I don't have that great of a title. But yeah, that is it, everybody. Peace.
cheers.
Peace.